Okay, so today I have comic books from a Kickstarter I backed, I want to say in 2019 or 2020, called Burlap, which I remembered about it because they got a Kickstarter for the rest of the second part out. And then these ones that haven't read them in forever, but this is what? Burlap. I think these were just little one-shots. I'm gonna go back and reread them and have, you know, a better review on them, but I think, or maybe this was just a little mini thing on it, but I don't really 100% remember, but I'll go back through and reread them like I did with the first part. But I got so that's the second part, which he just got the second issue up on Kickstarter, which is let's see if I can get Kickstarter up and I can say how long it's going to be before I actually got all that up. If my phone will load. So it has 19 days to go before it's fully funded, and it's or before it's like done. And it says it'll be October of this year that I get everything. Okay, so this is reading it. The three right here. These three are based in the 90s one-shot stories, exploring Drayton's adventures during the mid-90s, featuring, hammer on it says hammer on an anvil, death waits for no one, and no rest for the wicked. Okay, so I had those out of order. So hammer on the anvil, death waits for no one, and no escape for the wicked. So I'll just have to go back and reread those ones. But I did sit down and read the first part one. Well, the first volume, I guess is what you'd say, which was really good. I like the way that they went through his background, and they have like a vigilante horror type feel to their story. Like it's a vigilante horror type mixed story, which I like it. He kind of reminds me of like a Jason influence. And then there's this on the back. But they did a good job of mixing in everything. Like, you know, the present day backstory, jumping back and forth with that, and explaining his background and the characters there and why he's going after them. And his, because this one it talked about, it just kind of introduced everything. And then in part two, they kind of talked about, I'm going to call him Drayton, because they talked about Drayton's life and stuff like that, and kind of why he became Burlap. I do like the back of these. I didn't even notice that whenever I was going through reading it. But yeah, so they stuck with the black and white all the way straight through, except for on the front you have the colors, and in the back you have colors and stuff like that. But yeah, I like this series, so if you like the horror, superhero genre type thing, you'd like, you probably like this. But like I said, I backed it on Kickstarter. Then like I said, they just kind of show him training and how he became to be who he is. Like I said, going through killing everybody, and then it does have over here, if you can see it, their website, if it's still up. I don't know, because this was, what year was this one? I don't even know if they have the year on it. I don't think they have the year, but like I said, 2020 or 2019. But yeah, so it just kind of explained, you know, his backstory. This one explained her backstory, which is explained more on her, which is kind of cool, and leading into the second part. But yeah, there's the color on this one, because everything else is just kind of, you know, the same black and white. And then at the back, you have some of the artwork on the back here for Burlap, which I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I do like the way that this does it, and it's said, if you can see it, I don't know if you want to pause it and kind of see. Like I said, I don't know if their website's still up, but the way this one ended, it was really, really good, and he explains why it took so long for him to get back to this one, which I have cover A and cover B. So I do have 2 copies of that, apparently. But yeah, so that was my video for Burlap, and I'll probably have another video talking about these ones next, and then once this Kickstarter is all done, I'll probably have another video with that one. But yeah, so I'll catch y'all next time with the next video I do.